Yes, 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 yes. Vader Games in the building. You know what it is. Episode. Actually, no. Relaunch. This is the relaunch of CIA, Citeh Intelligent Agendas. And let me adjust this background. Let's get this. Let's get this right. Let's get this right. Where is it? Here we go. Here we go. I should have had this set up already. Where is it? Boom. Let me see. This is what we got to do. I'm Vader Games of the Vader Games TV. This is CIA, Citeh Intelligent Agendas. I've got a special show. Got a special show because it's been a minute. It's been a minute. We've been in the lab. We've been thinking things out. We've been figuring out how are we going to do this for this upcoming season. How are we going to do this for this special 4-peat, possibly 5-peat season? And first things first, my peoples come first. My people, those are here, those are no longer here, thought of and remembered. But we got a show today. Listen, I've been in the lab. I've been doing some things. All right, and I'm gonna be bringing out panel members throughout this entire show. And what I like to do every time on the first, with the way the show kicks off, I gotta show love to those who show love to me on the channel. And let me go to the comments real quick. Let me point out person that took time. Hey, hit that like button. Let me also drop a comment for Vader and the people that are going to be doing this. And today, the very first comment goes out to Marvin. Simple. Yo, Marvin in the building. Good looking out. It's going to be special. It's going to be special. Now, just look above me. Citeh Intelligent Agendas. We're going to be discussing strengths, the weaknesses, the opportunities, the threats, the targets of the ops. It's too much. It's too often that the ops are talking about us. They all got the loudest mouths. They're always talking, chatting. And we just got to sit back. And you know what? We sit back because we're a humble fan base. We're a calm, chill fan base. We're like, this is all bonus to us. This is all beautiful. What do we got to hate on y'all for? Y'all hating way too much right now. Y'all hating on us more than how, again, all the rivals to United, y'all hating on us more than you hated on United when United were doing their thing. When United were doing their thing, no one was talking about a Farmers League. We happen to be doing it for a little spell. You're talking about Farmers League. We're going to be addressing all of that. All of that. So first things first, my people, and let me introduce the first agent, the first CIA agent out there. Backstage right now. I'm going to introduce him proper, and he's also going to get a proper introduction because this is what I put together for him. This is what I put together for my man, and you can see by this intro. Yeah. You saw that? Let me do that one more time so you see who's in the building right now. Let me do that one more time so you see who's in the building. Yeah, Gcertified. Let me bring him to the stage.
Come on.
G, what's good?
What's good, man? Listen, I had to come with the belt. You know what I'm saying? Champion stuff. You know, like with Vader. You know what I'm saying?
I see you flexing it.
I see him flexing it, man. I had to bring my shades because you know, Vader. It's gold it's too shiny these days. 4 years. You know, so now it's Vader / Stevie Wonder. I have to put the shades on, but
I love it, man. I love it. It's been a minute. We've been talking for a while, trying to get you on the show. And again, schedules, we finally make it happen. This international break has kind of fallen in a nice spot, able to have you on the show. And we're gonna talk about it. I love the fact that we've got such an aspect, such a perspective on our club, Manchester City, from all different likes, all different areas, to be able to lean on you and again to address these ops. Now, I also see another debut to the channel. And when I posted on Twitter X, I said, listen, CIA is relaunching and we're going to have some new and old faces. I'm blessed. I'm thankful to be able to have you, new face. I got a next one. And let me give this man also a proper intro. Oh, if you missed it, let me put that up on the screen one more time. We got CIA agent in the field and he's been doing his thing. Just like Gcertified, he's not letting the ops chill. He's not letting the ops sit back and be able to sprout all kinds of nonsense. He's not letting them get away with the lies, with the gaslighting. He's not letting it happen. So let me remind you who else is out there doing his thing. Let me bring him to the stage. My man Ryan in the building.
Go on.
Yo, what it is?
Is everybody good?
We're real good, man. We're real good. Thanks for being a part of the show. Thanks for being on CIA with the relaunch.
Thanks for having us, man. Thanks for having us.
Always, always. Now, I gotta remind everyone. And if you happen to be watching live, thank you so much. Be a part of the show. You can be in the comments. You can also hit that like button. That's what helps this channel grow. That's what gets it out to other like-minded City fans and ops. I know that ops are tuned in and watching this as well, so you guys can get them in the mix and happen to know. But I also want to point out, if you haven't subscribed, please do so. And I'm going to make sure to include, it's in the description, the Twitter handles to these two fine gentlemen right now. These two gentlemen's Twitter handles are in the description. If they happen to have other social links, I'm going to make sure to post that moving forward. But this is a bonus show, and I gotta do something. I'm gonna wait for him to get back on stage. But this is where we're blessed. We're blessed with so many different personalities, so many different takes on it. You see Gcertified doing this thing on Twitter X. I know you see Ryan on the TikTok and also on Twitter X doing this thing. And then I gotta bring in my man. Let me do a proper intro. I'm not sure if I should be. Let me do this first, because some of you know him as this. Some of you know him as, and then some of you also know him as. So I'm not sure which one to do, but I'm gonna do because he be schooling you ops. He be schooling you rivals. So I'm gonna introduce him with this one, because that's Professor. Good to have you on the show, man.
Big company Brian's here. Welcome, Brian. Brian's here.
I'm here, man. I'm here. You good?
I am honored. Completely.
Yeah, it's good, man. Thank you, man. Blessed for that.
Absolutely, a great panel, man.
Yeah,
man. I can't wait for the show. Amazing, absolutely amazing. I'm doing very well, guys. I'm doing
awesome.
Good. That's
awesome.
good.
I'm glad it was all able to work out. We all got different schedules. I'm 5 hours behind you guys. It's evening over there for you. So I'm gonna be appreciative and respectful of your time. And I want to point out that we're gonna do this as best as we can, keep the panel together. But we all got life. We all got schedules, right? Significant others, kids, work. So if we can get the panel together, awesome. There's also other people that have been fine enough to be a part of the channel in the past, and they will be joining us throughout the show as well. But I'm gonna start with this, guys, because there's so much to tackle. I'm gonna start with this, and I'm gonna throw this because Gcertified was in the building first. We're Ballon d'Or. I can't ignore it. I can't put it off. We got to talk about it right now. Ballon d'Or. And funny enough, I'm hearing some others call it Ballon d'Or. It's not Ballon d'Or, it's Ballon d'Or. But Gcertified.
Come on.
Some of the ops were trying to tell us that we made a mistake last Ballon d'Or in terms of how we talked about Haaland. And had it not been for Messi, we know Haaland would have been that Ballon d'Or winner. Now, a second year now, we have an opportunity for a player to win Ballon d'Or. And all signs are pointing to one particular player. I'm going to give it to you to say, who do you think should have the honor from a Manchester City standpoint to be Ballon d'Or winner?
Well, first of all, whoever calls it Ballon d'Or, I don't know what that's about. Maybe they're listening to Pop Smoke a little bit too much. You know what I'm saying?
I think so. I think so.
But, hey, but now I'll be honest. One person, man, it's Rodrigo Hernandez Cascante. You know what I'm saying? Put some respect. I have to slow it down for the rivals, because you know some of the rivals are a little bit. You know they haven't seen Ballon d'Or winners recently for a long time. But
true.
Rodrigo Hernandez Cascante. Yeah, this is the guy that for me deserves it. You know, when that season that Haaland had it, they told me that international trophies weighs more. That this is every 4 years. Lionel Messi, this is the World Cup. This is what it's about. I said, okay. So now keep the same energy. That's all I'm asking for. Just keep the same energy.
I respect that. Ryan. Ryan, let me also ask you this.
Go on.
Let me ask you this. I'm gonna put this on screen real quick. So everyone can kind of see it. But of the list of names, I know this might show up a little small right here. But of the list of names, do you see anyone worthy to actually take the Ballon d'Or from Rodri, who Gcertified just mentioned?
It's got to be right. I said it before on X. Rodri's got to win it. Like he's the only one that actually deserves it. Like he deserves it. No one else deserves it. Like he's got similar stats to Vinicius Jr. and he's a forward. Like away from the goals, away from the goals, but he's got similar stats to Vinicius Jr. who's his main rival. Like, so to say, but it's got to be Rodri. It is no one deserves it. And even when Ireland lost it, Messi frauded his way to that one. That was a fraud move by Messi, man. Like it was the Ballon d'Or mainly anyway. It's just a popularity contest,
fair.
And that's just that competition. And obviously Messi win the World Cup. All the footballers and journalists who voted, he's just always going to vote for Messi. But if frauded his way to that one, you can't score penalties in the World Cup and that's it, and win the Ballon d'Or.
Yeah. And Professor, I'm gonna throw this to you. I'm gonna put this on screen before I do though, because Ryan just mentioned it. He mentioned the stats comparing Rodri to Vinicius, and there's not a huge gap, and Rodri is playing the 6. So let me put this on screen, and then I'm gonna ask you, Professor. I'm gonna ask you. I'm not sure if you can see that too well, but I'm gonna ask you. Is there anyone that should be even questioning or even voting someone other than Rodri?
No question. I think last year they cheated Haaland, and you know what? That we were shocked because you can't be a hypocrite, man. You can't say it all depends on the whole season, and then you give it to a guy because he won the World Cup, because he's won the World Cup for 3-4 weeks. Fair enough. And you take away all that achievement. What has he done for his club? Messi didn't do anything like PSG. They didn't do anything except winning the PSG. He wasn't the main guy. Got knocked out the Champions League. They were poor. And in fact, they got rid of him. And to me, Haaland should have won it. And guess what? City are back again. Why are they back? Because they're the best team in the world. Easy. They're knocking again in the Ballon d'Or. Because most people know they're the best team in the world. To me, there's no better player than Rodri. Deserves it. He's led. Not many midfielders I would remember that's won a Ballon d'Or, like as a DM. You know, I don't know where Ruud Gullit was then. I don't know whether Lothar Matthäus won it as a thing. Cannavaro won it as a centre back. But Rodri is clear. Like
Rodri's clear this season,
and we're playing the best league in the world. Facts.
And you know what? You know what gets lost? You know what gets lost? Because the fact that Haaland didn't win it, we could actually look at 2 City players. We get clowned, we get dissed, we get minimized for not having a Ballon d'Or winner, right? But we could have had, and again, knock on wood, this desk is made of wood, that Rodri wins it this year. But this is 2 years in a row where we have a player so highly considered to be winning it. That's impressive. That's a lot of pride that we should have as City fans. I'm going to do this real quick because I see my man backstage. And I'm going to tease y'all. I'm going to get to the comments as well. Be a part of the show. Interact. Share this amongst the other City groups. I didn't happen to sit. I need to do a better job of posting this in the GCs. But do that if you happen to be watching live. And if you're catching it on replay, you can still be part of the show. Drop a comment. Let me add the next CIA agent. And when we talk about new faces, and you see the panel right now, I'm also introduce a face that we've seen before, and the voice that you've heard battle you clowns on Twitter X. Let me show you who's in the back. If you missed it, let me show you who is backstage. Let me introduce my man, Pitch Points, Gündoğan in the building. Gundo, how you doing?
Captain Gündoğan, man.
I am well. I can't believe I'm seeing the RYAN, the one and only RYAN. I love this guy. I
love Ryan.
You have some greats on the show today, Veta. You have Hamza.
You included. Don't be humble.
Incredible.
Definitely.
Gcertified, and then Ryan. Ryan, mate, listen, mate. Your content is just next level. Just keep keeping on, and thanks for having me on the show. I'm blessed to be here. You know, this Rodri thing, right?
So, hold on, Gundo. Before you start.
Okay.
On past shows, I've had some viewers say, I need to see Gundalorian's face a little more on the channel. I appreciate you're probably multitasking, dealing with things, but the fans love to see you, man. So hopefully next show we got you on camera. And before you go, because this comment got me a little triggered, and as you speak on Rodri, I want you to also consider this. A16 says Lautaro Martinez.
Leave all these things, my brother. Leave Lautaro. Leave all these things. It's not in the conversation. It's not in the conversation. We're talking about a guy. Let's be clear, right? You got a guy playing for your club. That when he plays, he wins 90-something% of games. Let's be clear, right? Even Messi not to get that kind of number.
Exactly.
Right? Here's a guy won 4 in a row. Won the Euros.
Yeah.
Won the Euros. One of the captains of Spain, CDM number 6, playing Pep ball in the way that almost Busquets, like I would even venture to say he's probably at the Busquets level right now in terms of the way he plays.
Yeah, that's a future agenda that we'll be running on this show. So we'll that's a future.
This is incredible. This is the guy who's not just smart on the football field. He's also has a bachelor's degree, I believe, in economics or business management.
Intelligent player. Yeah.
He's intelligent. I got kids who are 8 years old saying they want to be like Rodri, play like Rodri. Who says that? 8 years old. Everybody wants to score. Pick and shoot, go, score. You got kids saying they want to be like Rodri. How does he play? Wow, look at his control. Look at where he passes. Look at the way he dictates the pace of the game.
Now let me. I put a comment on screen. They go, Rodri is a Prem player, so they won't give it to him. And Ryan mentioned this earlier. Even Gcertified kind of mentioned there is a popularity contest to this. There is the fan base and clubs really pushing it, and we've seen Real Madrid do this in the past. Now,
Real Madrid, sorry to cut you. Real Madrid know how to get their place to win the Ballon d'Or because they campaign for it really well. I think the last Prem was Ronaldo, was it?
Yeah.
So, and it was Ronaldo and Messi from there on until recent years.
I mean, Ryan, think about the last Nations League. I believe wasn't Rodri the first nation? Wasn't he the player of the tournament for the Nations League? Yep, he was.
Yeah, he won. He won a lot. He won a lot.
Yeah, he player of the tournament in the Euros, won the Euros 4 in a row. Season after, won the treble. I mean, where do you start, man?
He's the only player I've always said he's the only player that he can't replace. I know they're doing well without him as of now, but like he was to me the only one. Like last season, the season before, Rodri was missing. We was done. Like I think we had 4 games without him, and we didn't win them. Yep. I think we lost 3 of them.
Yep. And when we say that, we're talking about such a well-oiled machine to not have Rodri and still show that we need him and show the importance of him. I'm going to continue to push this as much as I can. I'm sure that everybody on this panel are going to do so. I mean, I see A16 talking about Lautaro. He wants to mention top scorer at Serie A. He wants to mention winning Copa. Well, listen, he did all that. And you know what you're skimming over? The effectiveness and the involvement of Julian Alvarez. He's no longer a City player.
I was just about to say you might as well give it Alvarez then.
Thank you. Yes. Thank you. Don't try to downplay him, A16. You know Julian Alvarez was that guy for you when Lautaro had to get benched and had to come on as a super sub. So relax, A16. But
I don't even know if Lautaro. I don't even think he's on the table. You know what I'm saying? This is the main table. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about the main players, and to be honest, we're City agents. Yeah, you know what I'm saying, but. The only prime target, the only target that I was worried about wasn't even Vinicius. It was Bellingham.
Bellingham
was 45 minutes away from winning the Ballon d'Or. I'm 100% certain that if he won the Euros, he would have won the Ballon d'Or. So for me, the way I'm looking at it, just that with the fact that Bellingham lost out, he'll probably finish 2nd place. Vinicius will probably finish 3rd, and then Rodri should win it. But you know what I'm saying? That the main thing is that the main target in Bellingham he didn't win the Euros. And listen, obviously, we got England fans here. Listen, I'm an England fan. Of course I was, sad when we lost the final. But at the end of the day, man, now it's City agendas. You know what I'm saying? I have to put my agendas now.
It's got to be Rodri, man. Like, I don't care who Bellingham plays for, but it's got to be Rodri, man.
It has to be. I'm actually going to lose. I'm going to lose a lot of value in the recognition of the Ballon d'Or if it doesn't happen to be Rodri, because I think too much scales his way. He's done too much in the season consistently, and the importance. So, hey, let's all do our part.
Well, Victor, I mean, if Rodri doesn't get it this year after Haaland did get it last year, then they're not serious. They're just not serious.
But there's been players in the. I know we're talking Messi, Ronaldo, mainly Messi on my part, but like there's been players in the past that deserved it over them, and they just never got it.
That's true. Iniesta, right?
Iniesta. There was a few like that's deserved it. Even during COVID, Lewandowski, they didn't.
Lewandowski.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So there's been people that deserved it that just haven't got there because, like I said, it's a big popularity contest.
I'll be surprised if he doesn't win it. I'm so convinced winning.
I'll be shocked. I know people say shocked maybe a little too often. I will be shocked if he does not win it.
The thing Rodri has on his side, sorry to cut you. The thing Rodri has on his side is that he's Spanish.
Yeah,
that's a massive plus.
That's a plus.
That's a massive plus. You're already playing indirectly. You're hearing Spanish commentators, the media talking about it. Marca saying that they're linking him with Real Madrid. That's when you know that he's bad.
Well, it was a Spanish manager that really kicked it off to bring that to the forefront. He said it in a press conference after a game, innit? So he's the one that brought Rodri to the forefront. Was like, he just give him the Ballon d'Or because he deserves it. He's the best player in the world, and he is the best player in the world. People don't like to call him the best player in the world because it's a CDM, but if you're a baller, you're a baller, and he's just the best.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? He's just the best.
Some Real Madrid fan was not desperate that they tried to bring in Carvajal.
I seen it.
What?
Because Carvajal won the show and the Euros. They're like, "What did you just give it to?" I said, "Forget that. Don't give me Carvajal."
I've seen it.
He had a good season, but he didn't have a leading the way, playing out of his skin type season. But yeah, obviously he got the trophies necessary to be in consideration. He was consistent, but to be that guy, Ballon d'Or, memorable, lifetime, never erased. Nah, he didn't have that type of season. Now, I'm gonna say this because I want to keep the show nice and tight. We're 25 minutes in, and again, when it comes down to agendas, and we hear it every day from the rivals, when it comes down to agendas, there's tons out there, and I'm gonna get to the comments. Trust me. We got this international break. We chat individually. We chat in the GCs. I want to ask, because I got an amazing panel. With the international break, with the start of the season that we've had, when the transfer window just closing several days ago, does any rival, I'm going to start with you, G, does any rival with their transfer window scare you?
I think scared. I don't think we can be scared. I don't think we can be scared with the team that we have. But I think that we can be a little bit wary. I think Arsenal, they are in, let's just say, if I'm looking at them through my mirror. You know, I'm driving, I'm right.
Okay. But mention the clubs that you're kind of checking over your shoulder for. Mention those.
I'll be honest, it's just Arsenal. You know, I think Liverpool in a few more seasons, okay. I need to see what Liverpool actually, do over a full season first. But it's Arsenal because, listen, last season, they were up there. The season before, they were up there. It will be Arsenal again, if anything. But for me, if we beat them in a few weeks' time and they lose the North London derby, how many points is that? That's all very possible.
Yeah. That'd be 5 points. They'll be 5 points behind if they lose against Spurs.
And they've not got Rice for Spurs, have they? The Rice has got red. So
Rice is out. Spurs, yeah. Which was a silly, immature. I'm gonna go to you last because I know Gundo.
Spurs will bottle it, mate. Don't even hope on them.
No. Let me be clear. There's no hope putting into Spurs. I'm not doing what Arsenal did last season. Remember when we had to play Spurs late in the season and all Arsenal fans were turning into, cheering for Spurs go, and then they were losing their minds saying that Son missed on purpose, right? They were all hoping for something. I'm not doing that. It's too early in the season. But I found it interesting that G's like, you know what? If I'm checking my rearview mirror, if I'm checking my side mirrors, the only club I'm looking at are Arsenal. Do you happen to think the same thing, Professor? Is Arsenal the one club with what they did in maybe the past transfer window, this transfer window, or the strength of their club? Are you only looking at them, or do you got more than one club as a concern?
Now I'm looking at two. I said it. I'm looking at Liverpool because the players that they've got Salah, Van Dijk, they've got these big game players. Konate, McAllister. These are big game players.
Okay.
But they've got a small squad. They've got a small squad. It takes one or two little injuries or little setbacks for Liverpool, like Salah missing the game. Then I can start having this kind of like, I think Arsenal they're quite dangerous. I think we have to take them seriously. I'll never celebrate until we win the league. I think Arsenal are hungry, but I think they were more hungry last year. I think this year, I think about it, like the first year that they chased us 3 years ago, they were very hungry.
Yeah.
They chased us all the way down, but then they just fell off around March.
Yeah.
So the second year, they're like, let's get onto this Premier League again. And you're hungry to win it.
Yeah.
And you're so desperate to win it. And that year, last year.
Last year, they went out and got Kai Havertz, Declan Rice, and Timber.
And they said Declan Rice was the key guy. He was scoring crucial goals. Look how he changes the game. I think psychologically, I said to fans, I was like, that could have a little bit, nailed players like Declan Rice. Because you're thinking, I've chased City all the way to the end. I've worked so hard. I can't win it. Think about the mentality Liverpool had when they chased us all the way to the end. And they're still going to get it. The couple of years later, they flopped. They said, forget this. How do we win the league? So this year, I think, they're not as hungry as last year. They're hungry.
Wow.
But last year scared them. It scared them a lot. It scared them. So this year, I think this is the dagger. That if they don't win the league, I think a lot of you start seeing players like Saliba linked to Madrid. He's leaving. You start seeing players.
They have to win it this season for a lot of those factors. I'm gonna throw this to you.
The pressure they're under is huge.
Because he's not signed a new deal.
He didn't
sign for 5 years. He signed for like 3.
Saka's not going. You think Saka's gonna go?
I think Saka could go in a few.
No way.
Yeah.
Okay, let me throw this to Ryan real quick. So we have an ownership that have shown commitment to Arteta, right? We have an ownership that have given him more assets because they went out and got Calafiori, strengthening their left back that they were all looking to have coverage, and he plays center back as well. They went out and got Raheem Sterling. Gundo, relax, don't say anything. They went out and got Raheem Sterling. With those additions, do you have Arsenal and Liverpool, like Professor just said, or do you kind of consider one of those two as I need to check on who's going to be pressuring me?
I think Arsenal more so, but I won't write Liverpool off. But I think Liverpool's midfield will be where they come unstuck. As for the teams win, I think the squads are going to be massive because the Champions League is a different format. It's basically a point system. So you can't afford to basically you can play a top team away from home and that you can't get them points back. Yeah. So you can't afford to play a weaker team because you basically have to win the so-called weaker teams because you could go to a big team away. So I think the squads are going to be a massive thing this season because and I think it's an extra 4. Is it an extra 2 or 4 games in the Champions League?
Yeah, extra 2 games.
Extra 2 games. You know what I'm saying? And it's a different team every single time. So I think squads are going to be a big issue.
No, I hear that. So I mean, we got Gcertified, we got Professor Ryan, and I'm gonna throw this to Gundo real quick. But what I like, and the reason why Gundo's laughing because we've had similar combos in the past. But also, what I like about all of what we do with regards to our content, And again, if you haven't hit that like button, please do. If you haven't subscribed to either on their social platforms, whether it's Twitter X, whether it's TikTok, whether it's YouTube, please do so. All right. Show the support for everybody in the mix. Now, when you have the fixture list, and this is what happens often on True City Fans channel and Pitch Points, I often kind of, I don't plagiarize, but I get a lot more intelligent when I tune into their channels, because they have those different perspectives. And Pitch Points tends to take a step back. I think he has 3 or 4 monitors, and he'll have the fixture list, he'll have Champions League, and then he'll also have like the ops. So he'll know where fixtures land and what's going to be important. I haven't gone so far to see who we play Champions League and what the bookmarks are. Like, are we playing a Spurs? Are we playing an Arsenal? Or are we playing a Liverpool? But those are going to be key, as Ryan just mentioned, with the games and where they fall. Now, Gundalorian, Pitch Point.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you 2 questions. Which club is the one that will maybe add a few platinums to the beard? And which club is probably going to be able to navigate the Champions League and the league to be a threat to us?
So the club, we have this debate all the time. The club that gives me a few grays is Liverpool.
Okay.
Arsenal, I BTEC Man City.
Wow.
Yeah.
BTEC.
They are want to be Man City, fullbacks coming in, getting
Are you saying that? Okay, you're saying that.
Let me land, right?
All right.
Zinchenko trying to be, with Jesus, getting Raheem Sterling to do something. Not sure what he's going to do. BTEC Man City. Let's be clear, all right? Without De Bruyne, without Haaland, we still beat Arsenal last season. Let's be clear. Half the season injured, 3/4 of the season they were injured, still beat them by a couple of points.
Agenda. You're messing up my agenda. Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
So for me, my worry is Liverpool, because Liverpool have the same players, many of them who chased us to 97 points. Liverpool have a new manager who is hungry, who's good. He used to be the manager of Feyenoord. I know Feyenoord well. I have gone to their stadium. I've been to Rotterdam to watch them. I know the vibe of the city. I was there last summer. I get him. He's dangerous. I've watched the first 3 games of the season. Arsenal looks shaky. Now, the other part of this too is that, am I worried about anybody else? No. There's a mentality you have when you've won 4 in a row. Winning makes you want to win again. This idea that they want so much, maybe they'll be tired. That's for clowns, not for champions. I'm telling you. When you win, Veta, and I coach, right? I coach, right?
Yeah.
I coach, right? I'm going to do my one of my badges in New York this weekend, right?
Oh, nice.
I'm doing my seat, right? When you coach, right, and you win, I guarantee it's a drug. It's dopamine, and you miss that dopamine. You want to win again, and you want to win again and win again and win again. The fact that you drop your level is probably because the manager of your club doesn't have the desire to go again. Not Guardiola.
Okay.
So for me, the team that's closest that I'm worried about the most probably is Liverpool. Arsenal, I'm sorry, you just don't. Listen, here's another point, right? You should be worried about a team that has the DNA and knows how to get to 97 points and not win the league. You should be worried about a team that has the DNA and knows how to get to 91 points and not win the league. They've been there on your back. A breath away, 11 millimeters away from winning the title at the Etihad in January 2019, versus a team that can't even crack 90 points with the best ever squad that they've had, apart from the Invincibles.
I hear that.
When you walk down the path of the 90s, right, and you win, you win or you lose in the 90s, come and chat to me. Until then, till you cross 90 points, forget it. I'm going to take you seriously.
Okay.
The only way we don't win the league, Veta.
I don't know Gundo as well, man.
Go ahead, G.
The only way we don't win league, Veta, right, is if we are complacent and we don't crack 90 points.
Okay.
We don't crack 90. If you crack 90, you crack 90?
I hear it. But the complacency is part of that conversation on what some rivals think of being a little too relaxed, thinking that they can just turn on the light switch and then get everything going again. But G wanted to make a comment as you're speaking. Go ahead.
What I was saying there for me is that I understand the whole thing with Liverpool, but this Liverpool team isn't the same as before. You know, the Klopp isn't there, Mane's not there, Firmino's not there, Ronaldo's not there, Fabinho's not there. All who at the time were important, Henderson's not there, Map's not there, Gomez is fellow.
Their best captain ever. Yeah.
So for me, I'm not looking at the same thing. We could even say the same thing about, Chelsea, when Chelsea finished 90 points and then, they could have won the league. But we can all say that.
Yeah.
But for me, this Arsenal team is now in the kind of the building stage of trying to build to win the title. There's no Zinchenko. Forget Zinchenko. Now they've got Timber. This Timber is not going to be Zinchenko.
So that's fine. Let me ask you a question, Citeh. Why is it that Liverpool have won 6 European titles? What happens?
Europe. That's their competition.
Follow my thread, right? When you have the DNA of winning things, and you know how to win things, and it's part of your history and your club and your culture, you get there. You get there.
Now,
Arsenal, in my opinion, right? They're a good team. Don't get me wrong. They are a good team, but they don't worry me.
Oh, you're being a big brother.
I remember a conversation I had with Patrick years ago where Patrick was afraid of Chelsea. I remember very clearly. Scared of Chelsea.
You hear that, Patrick? Gundo's reminding you when you were scared of Chelsea.
I told him when I think Chelsea were top of the league, they were flying, he was worried, like, guy, don't worry about this stuff, right? Give him a couple of months, it's gonna crash and burn.
I hear it.
Right?
Now
Arsenal, when Arsenal went to Anfield, right, and drew 2-2, I told people they're gonna go to Anfield, they're gonna drop points. I got killed for it. What happened?
No,
people were saying, the treble season, they're going to come to the Etihad, they're going to batter us. We're going to go to the Emirates, they're going to kill us. 3-1, 4-1, and then the FA Cup 1-0.
Yeah, our treble winning season was amazing. Now I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this real quick.
I argue with you, Vita. I'll tell you one thing, Vita. I'm telling you right now, we're a better team this year than we were last year. Go watch the performances. When we're comfortable, we're better on the ball.
We started off well.
Sorry, De Bruyne's back.
We started off well this year, but we started off well last year.
We did, Ryan, but there's something. There is a balance. There is a vibe. There's a swag about how we're playing now than even what we did last year. There is a confidence of how we are playing now that we did last year, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree with what we played up to now. We look a lot more confident, a lot more refreshed, and like we still got players to add to it as well. Like with the Ballon d'Or winner, hopefully Rodri. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
I agree. Now, we are looking very well.
I'm going to say this, and the reason why I absolutely enjoy to be able to do this panel show is because we can have the different points of view. We respect each other's opinions, and we're also, this is what I like, not from a vengeful, not from a point scoring, but we're going to be able to have this conversation throughout the season. Now, I agree. I actually think it's going to be a combination of a similar 3-horse race like last season, and where Gündoğan saying Liverpool looks to be more threatening. Professor also mentioned the players that they have. I'm now looking at the hunger, right? They're probably on that last button on the belt. Arsenal are on that last button on the belt. Tight. They're so hungry, starving, 20 plus years. This manager's got to do it to hold his job, in my opinion. These players, like Gcertified mentioned, these players like Saka, who has a contract pending, they have a lot to have to deliver to make it happen. I think the desperation is going to drive them to outlast Liverpool, in my opinion, but it's still going to be a 3-horse race. How long that goes, whether it's going to be week 32, week 33, week 35, who knows? But it's going to be fierce. It's going to be those two clubs to fight this for us. Now, I'm going to respect your time. We're looking at 40 minutes. I want to speak on the strength that we happen to have. Because we can't just, obviously we got to focus on the ops. We got to know what they're doing. We got to see their strengths. The fact that none of you mentioned Chelsea means a lot. The fact that none of y'all mentioned United was beautiful to my ears, right? The fact that no one had anything to say about Aston Villa in particular, Spurs, Newcastle.
Chelsea will be a disruptor, though. Hear me out. Chelsea will be a disruptor
to us.
Not to us, to our rivals.
Okay.
We played it. We played Chelsea at the best time to play them.
Okay.
We played them first game of the season, get it out the way, done. Stamford Bridge is done, right? Now they have to come to the Etihad. But I guarantee you, Chelsea, when they go to the Emirates, right? Or Emirates comes to them, or Arsenal comes to them, they're going to disrupt them. Oh, hell yeah. Mm-hmm. They have some boys who can run, mate. Those boys are runners. All they have to do is fine-tune the balance and get it right. And Jackson starts scoring instead of missing the open goals. They're going to be a problem for many people. I'm glad we got that over with, Ryan.
Okay. All right. I'm not mad at that. I want to shout out in the comments, and Adam in the building, not able to join, but he goes, yo, boys, what it do? He goes, Arsenal are bottle jobs. I mean, I can't argue with that. They got to actually try and prove against it. They've been failing the last 2 seasons. And my man, Ray in the building. Okay. Now, Ray. He goes, yes, Arsenal are more hungry than any team for the title. I'd have to agree. 20 years has been a very long time, right? Now, but he thinks Gundo, our addition, our treble-winning captain, returning home. The man left beautiful, warm weather Spain. He left Barcelona, right? Many want to say Barcelona is the blueprint for what we're doing over here in City. He left that and came back on a free, right? So he believes that Gundo returning, our treble-winning captain, is the unbeatable factor on why we win these games. I can't argue against it. Do you guys happen to agree or disagree? Do you think the reason why, and as I mentioned, I want to talk about our strengths, is Gundo that tipping factor? Is Gundo when we were like, oh, we need coverage in the midfield, or we need someone to actually be able to do, now that we got Oscar Bob kind of injured, and we were all saying we miss Gundo leaving. Is him returning the, you know what? I see Gcertified with his belt. I see Ryan doing his post, chest out. I see Professor Hamza coach teaching everybody, giving lectures. Is Gundo the reason why many of us have this confidence?
I think is obviously is a great person to have about. I don't think he's going to play as much games as what he did when it was last year. But obviously he's always good to be there because he's a big game player. As he's he's a big game player, and he'll play his part, no doubt. He'll play his part in if it was to go on and win whatever they win. It'll be key to that. But I don't think it's going to be like. I don't think he's going to stay in the midfield, or I think he's just going to come in and play his role.
Yeah, I would agree. And Pitch Point's going to learn. Let me throw this to you real quick. With a with Gundogan, and with us being like, Rodri needs some rest. Rodri 2 seasons ago was like, guys, I can't have another season like that. I mean, he pretty much gave it to us last season, playing in his international football as well as club football. But 2 seasons ago, he's like, Pep, City, I can't do it again. I can't be that guy every game. We have Gundogan. Is he the reason why you're like, you know what? I'm not worried about Liverpool or Arsenal like that anymore.
No, he's not the reason why I'm not worried about those teams anymore. He's not the reason why I'm not worried.
Okay.
I'm not worried about those teams for one reason only. We have the best manager in the whole world. We have a genius. We have a Rembrandt. We have a what's the guy that created the airplane? The Wright brothers. We have a generational genius on our hands. That's the only reason why. It's the only reason why, Faith. There's no other reason.
All right.
No one takes these collection of players that we currently have and does what they've done. Let me say, if Guardiola was a manager of Arsenal, they win the league. Yes.
I hear you.
I agree. I agree.
I can't dismiss that. I mean, we won by 2 points last season, and I think Pep is more than a 2 point difference.
Let me stretch this all the way for you, right? You look around the English league, English game. You look around the world with all the U15s, the U16s, and the U8 boys around the whole world. All of them, majority are playing the Pep way. How many are playing the Arteta way, or the Slot way?
Okay.
Or the Maresca way.
Arteta plays the Pep way, so
this is what I'm talking about. And unfortunately, Ryan, for some reason, my fan base is not appreciating this moment. where they're in. It's like you have a great marriage, but you're looking at the girlfriend next door.
Because people will realize once Pep's gone.
I don't understand.
Wait, hold on. That's an interesting analogy. You think this portion of the fan base looking as the grass is greener? I think there's a big portion of the fan base
is greener.
That just have like trauma. They have the.
Not that the grass is greener. It's just like there's this fear factor. Maybe it's because of the history, the legacy, the way, the culture of always being on the edge, not quite sure, cityitis. You're in the moment, which may end soon. Maybe in a year, maybe 2 years, hopefully more than that, right? Ask Barcelona fans, the Pep years, they were in the moment. They enjoyed it. We need to enjoy this moment. Because the man is different, mate. He's different.
100%.
He's talking about me, man, because, listen, I think, I'm not saying that I'm worried, but I do think about Pep leaving and already, even though I know I need to enjoy the moment more and live in the moment. But that is a fear of mine. Like, because I'm looking at it and I'm like, there is no one in world football that will be able to, in my opinion, replicate even
no one.
So I think there's a lot of things that even Haaland, his contract extending, I think depends on Pep. I think that a lot of players might want to extend, depends on Pep.
That's an agenda we got to run as well. We got to put the pressure on Pep. Hey, Pep, there's nothing better out there. Look, Gündoğan just came back. Gündoğan just came back. There's nothing better out there.
And Gündoğan coming back, I think, is a positive for Pep staying. Because Gündoğan also said that he would want to go on and coach, but not yet with Pep and be a part of Pep's coaching staff. So I think Gündoğan might have heard a little something in them conversations between him and Pep. So hopefully Pep will be 1 or 2 years with Gündoğan still there.
I like that.
I think my point, Hamza, is that I just want our fans, whether we win or lose or not, I mean, just enjoy, marinate yourself in this. You know, my friends who are rivals in Chelsea, they can't talk anymore, right? Just where's your treble? Madrid fans, where's your treble? Where's your treble?
Nah, I hear that. Yeah. We do need to embrace the moment. And again, I was a little where it hit me. Honestly, the summer, the trouble summer. I saw how Gcertified was moving during the trouble summer. Like he changed his name on Twitter X. He wanted to be referred to as Trouble. Like everybody was moving differently.
That was a mad summer.
And I think Gündoğan, I agree with you where, you know, we need to embrace it, whether the team falters or whether there's, you know, some bumps in the road. We're witnessing what many fans of our age have to refer to Wikipedia for, have to refer to asking, you know, their uncles or their fathers or their grandfathers about, because like the peak moments that they had, they didn't live through. We're living through it. So I hear it loud and clear. Let's not take it for granted. I mean, we don't have to flex every day on them, but we do need to, hey, live it up and enjoy it. So
we're witnessing what's never been done before. 4 in a row has never been done before. We're witnessing what all them people you just said, all the Manchesters, they've never witnessed it.
Facts.
What's mad, Ryan? The fact is, we're talking about a team. We're saying to each other that, yo, we wouldn't be surprised if we win a 5p. Do you know how mad that is?
That's crazy.
They're still favorites. Like that's mental, and City are favorites still.
Yeah. And when we have rivals in the Champions League also losing their minds when they're in the same, I mean, I know it's not a group stage, it's league stage, but when they're losing their minds having to play us, like that's such a different feeling that we got to enjoy. Now, I'm being really wary of your time because also, like I said, you guys are 5 hours ahead. It is 3:53 for me, and I got my son to have to pick up shortly after 4. Yeah. So I'm going to respect everyone's time. What I would like, and those of you in the comments, thanks for being a part of the show as well. I see Ray says, hey, don't even think about anything with regards to the Arsenal and Spurs game because he's stubborn. Arsenal, he's expecting a win off them. So it's going to be a big one. They get that win, like Ryan said, without Declan Rice. But I want to point out that, and Professor Hamza's in the mix, he's dealing with some things. I want to point out that moving forward, because I see how you guys move on Twitter X, I see how you guys move on the other social platforms, I'm going to lean on you guys as well if there's something from a field standpoint. And I'm going to work on the graphic, right? But let me share something with regards to some of the boardrooms. And I know Pitch Point's Gundos deal with this often. We might even have some shows where it's like, listen, and I see Professor back on the screen. It might be, listen, Professor, what you seeing out there in the field? What's got you not necessarily stressed, but what's fallen on your radar where you want to address a particular club or rival? And I think we're going to have a lot to talk about in upcoming shows, whether it's really taking shots at like proper shots because of our observations, shots at managers. And I need to take that manager title back because all these other clubs are calling them coaches. They're not even referring to them as managers anymore, the way they've changed their structure. We're the only one that still has a manager that is involved with everything from the grassroots. Like we mentioned, pet ball is from the very beginning. And I saw Ryan's tweet on Twitter X with regards to, you don't see this playing out from the back from kids maybe like 4 or 5 years old playing like this. I want you guys to be able to come and say, you know what, Vader, today I got to deal with these Chelsea fans. They're talking about Osimhen making a mistake. This is me for a second. I'm going to talk for 2 minutes. Osimhen did not make a mistake, Chelsea. Your project is not attractive. Your project did not warrant him to want to take whatever money you're offering to him. He thought it was better to go elsewhere than to go to Chelsea, as much as you were ready to splash the cash for him. So relax with that project. You guys will continue to go out and getting other profile players because that's what you do. But Osimhen did not make a mistake turning your club down. You're still a little dusty, and he wants you guys to clean up. But I'm hoping moving forward that I can like lean on Professor, lean on Ryan, lean on G, lean on Gundoğan, and others that'll join this panel and be like, you know what, Vader, I've been in the field as an agent. I'm seeing we got to discuss Liverpool. We got to discuss Arsenal. So please, moving forward, please make sure to know that you guys can express anything you want on this platform. I'm always going to be cognizant of your time as well.
You know what else that there, yeah?
Yeah, G.
Because listen, I've been the field. I've been sleeping in the field. We've been sleeping out there. It's gotten, and the guy I just have to because this guy's been really getting under my skin. This 7 Hog guy from Breaking Bad looking guy, yeah. The era's come to an end. This guy, yeah, the arrogance on this guy, I get beat from one of his biggest rivals, and then to say that I'm the second best team in the country because I've won trophies. Are you all right?
It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Delusional. Delusional. The longer he stays there, the happier I am. Like,
yeah, they need to give him an extension still.
This guy, I'm
Yeah,
happy.
they do.
Like the fact that, like, I know he's not the guy, but it's the scary part that did United make him this bad, or was he a good manager?
Yeah.
Because everyone was thinking about people talking before.
Hamza, do you remember 2 years ago? I told you what someone told me on vacation in Curacao. Do you remember, Hamza?
Yeah, he told me.
Let me remind all of you. I was on vacation in Curacao, Dutch Caribbean country. I'm on the beach with my buddy. We're talking stuff, right? I see this guy. This guy walks in, sees my shirt, City. So congratulations congratulations. Pep is a great manager. He says who he is. Tells me he's one of the directors for the academy at Ajax. Yada yada yada. I'm like, oh. So I asked him. I said, so what do you think about Ten Hag? What's your thought about that? Because I'm really curious, right? He tells me 4-letter word begins with S. I'm like, dag. Really? Yeah. I said, what about, the Champions League, Madrid? Like, that's not about him. It's about the system at Ajax. It's not about the manager. It's about the system we have in place. I was like, damn. He says, watch the space. Give it a few years, right? The guy is 4-letter word that begins with an S. And here we are today.
Now, I have to say this. And I will never be a devil's advocate. I'm an advocate for God. So don't even think I'm trying to spin this. But what he said with regards to him winning trophies, I've asked this of other United fans. And here's where at CIA, we hit them with the intelligent agendas. We hit them with questions where it's like, you got to ponder and actually think about it. I asked them, which club, other than City, because obviously 4-peat winners, we've been doing our thing, trouble winners, relax. Other than City, which club would you trade the last 2 seasons with? And to a man, or to a fan, I should say, they're not willing to say they'd rather have Arsenal season. They'd rather have Liverpool season. The last 2 years, they've said they'd rather have United. So they're in a tough one where Ineos are making the footballing decisions, but how do they get rid of a coach who's had a successful 2 seasons where no rival would, or no United fan would want to trade with a rival other than City? So they're in a tough one. I mean, the fact that all of us want Ten Hag to stay there, I mean, does say a lot, because
leave all those things, Veta. Even a broken clock is right twice a day. Huh? Let me
Gundo, he beat us in the FA though.
Veta,
there's quality there. He beat us in the FA.
I know you're trolling. Did you watch the Coventry game? We really have
Did I watch the what?
Yeah, they should have been
knocked
out. They should have been knocked out.
That was the one.
Terrible.
That was the worst class.
That should have been the final.
I hear that. I did watch it actually.
That's why I need him. You know what? They've got Southampton. I need them to beat Southampton. I need them to beat the next 2-3 games. I need them to go on this win. I don't mind if it's sneaking, because I need that split camp again.
Yes.
You know, give him time. You know what's going on. Because now the Ten Hag out are pressurizing Ten Hag in. Look what you guys have made. It's your fault. But now, if he goes on a winning streak of beating Southampton, because we know Southampton are weak, then they've got, after this, they've got, who have they got? Remember, they were happy against beating Fulham. Remember? They started talking with chest after the Fulham. So they've got Southampton, and then Barnsley. They'll beat Barnsley. Crystal Palace always dangerous.
That's a tough one.
That's the one. Yeah. So if they're able to, I don't mind. If they're able to beat Southampton, Barnsley, Crystal Palace, then they're playing Europa League Enschede. The Ten Hag are going to say, yo, look, trust the process.
Yeah.
Then they got Tottenham at home. And anything can happen, because they can beat Tottenham, because we know how Tottenham plays. And if they beat Tottenham, it sways completely.
Yeah.
It sways because that's a 5 games win. Yeah. Again, there's Ten Hag out. We know Ten Hag out. The fans who are Ten Hag out, they hate him so much.
Manager out. United fans always do that.
Yeah. So to me, I know, because one thing you said today about this Ten Hag, I remember Gandrerian. My friend's an Ajax fan, hardcore. He reads books. He tells me about Rinus Mikel and thing. He's quite senior. And I work with him, and he's a Dutch guy. He loves Ajax. And I remember he showed me a year ago, final popping Ajax. He said, this never happened in Amsterdam Arena.
Yeah.
And that was the manager of Liverpool. That was the manager. But then he told me about Ten Hag. He told me, I'll never forget the story. He said, when Cruyff is the guy that built the Ajax team. In the 90s, he's the guy that built the Ajax team. But Van Gaal was a manager. So there was a rift between Cruyff and Van Gaal. And Cruyff asked the camp and said, Ajax, and said, it's either Van Gaal or me. But Van Gaal won the Champions League. They decided to get rid of Cruyff. But Cruyff asked them and said, the problem is you get rid of me, but where's the next Kluivert? Where's the next Seedorf?
Yeah.
Where's the next Davids? Where's the next, the De Boer brothers? And those are the guys that he said, that was my product. These are the guys that won the Champions League. He left to Barcelona. What happened to La Masia? They became great.
Yeah.
That's again Cruyff. And then he went back to Ajax. So I asked my friend, I said, when's the Ajax going to come good? He said, no, judge us in 7-8 years, because the kids are going to come through the style of play. That was then Lucky Ten Hag was part of that.
Yeah, he got the residuals.
Cruyff had gone back. He set up everything. He set up Overmars to come there. Van der Sar was there. He got the guys in the coaching role, the top directors, everyone to understand the project, how to play Ajax style. Then Ajax started coming back, but the Ten Hag got the credit for no reason. So it was the structure. You're right.
The structure, and then I mean, managers or coaches can take take the benefit of what was put in place, but they can't sustain it. And I think that's what happened with Ten Hag. I mean, he struck when the iron was hot to go to United. And listen, for those of you that happen to be rivals, obviously you're going to have some City fans that say, you know what, keep Ten Hag. We want him there, continue to fail. But then there's going to be some fans that are going to be like, listen, I mean, it looks like he deserves more time because of what he's winning compared to some of the ops. But every club, you got Arsenal doing as well as they are, but not winning with fans wanting them out. You had the same case even before Slot became a coach at Liverpool. You had fans wanting him out. So that's always going to continue to trend. I'm all for it. I think it destables clubs as much as they think they can do the Roman Abramovich and just fire managers and then just get back into it. Nah, it's different. It's different now. You got PSR, you got FFP. You're not going to be able to change managers and have that philosophy work like they did with Chelsea. But if you rivals want to get rid of your manager and think you're going to be successful a year or two later, believe that if you want. Like I said, I want to be respectful of time. I got my man RDS. He is a rival over at Manchester United. I noticed he's not on loan like he has been in previous seasons going over to Real Madrid. RDS, thanks for being on the show, man. Good looking out. Love to the panel. But we're up on an hour, and I know Gundo and myself, we got to make moves with regards to picking up our son's time zone. I want to thank, and I want to give each of you an opportunity to maybe speak of what you have upcoming. Let me start with my man Ryan. Thanks for being on the show. Debut.
Yeah,
let the people know if you got anything set up for the week or upcoming weeks. Let them know what you got, man.
I'm just taking every day as it comes. I would cry. That's a hard dude. I might be starting a YouTube channel myself. I don't know. People's been
make that happen. Make that happen, man. Make that happen. You got a lot of people interested in what you have to say, so definitely do that. Good looking out, man.
Well, thanks for having me, man.
Of course. G, what you saying?
Man, thanks for having us, man. Listen, build up the panel, man. Obviously, I spoke to everyone, but first time met that I got to speak to Ryan. So obviously, big up Ryan.
You too, brother.
Big up the chat. And but yeah, man. Listen, I'll be watching when we beat the Chargers. Everyone will go to Ryan's TikTok. And
yeah. You hear that? You hear that, Match Day Guru?
100%.
You guys are gonna be
not guilty all the way.
Yeah, you guys are gonna be so upset with us. I'm telling you, if you hate us now,
we need apologies, man. We need apologies. I got all their names one by one.
enough bookmarks. I'm telling you, so many bookmarks. The apologies need to be just as loud as the condemnation that was given out to us. So we're gonna be waiting for that. They're not. But we'll remind them. them.
100%.
Good looking out. And Gundalorian, I'm not sure if you're still here.
I'm here. I'm just gonna keep following all Ryan and Hamza and Gcertified and you, man. You guys make me enjoy my day. I just love it.
Thank you, bro.
Thank you,
keep
man.
enjoying it, man. Thank
you always. And Professor, I wasn't sure. Was it Hamza? Was it Professor? I think Professor is fitting because you're always schooling. You're always schooling the rivals. What you got coming up, man?
No, yeah. Basically, I'm going to Kenya on Saturday. I'm going to be there for 2 weeks, so I'm going on Kenya on Saturday to see family. They live in Kenya, so I'll be there. I might drop some videos from there,
Yeah, do that. Ask the tough questions when you're over there.
Yeah, we'll catch up those rival fans from there and question what's happened. I'll be there, and then I'll be coming back I'll come back on the day Arsenal played Man City.
Okay.
I normally love going to that game, man. I love going that game.
Yeah.
But I'll be watching from home because I would have arrived that day. So I'll be around still.
Nice. And I'm gonna sign off the show real quick. I'm not gonna ignore your question. I see you, Match Day. And it's not about not answering it. The point is, we are very confident. We're very confident that this 115 is not sticking. That's just it. So I know you're not trolling. If we're found guilty, and again, I think if we are found guilty, Match Day, it's because of resisting arrest. It's because we didn't want to cooperate. It's because you were asking us for the books and we were saying no. So yeah, we'll get hit with that. But when we see Chelsea doing what they're doing, selling to themselves, selling the right hand to the left hand, paying with their BMO credit card, using their Visa credit card. When they see doing all that in the Prem being like, okay, we're confident that we're going to be okay as well. So, but please be a part of the show moving forward, and we'll definitely have a more in-depth conversation and answer to that question. Good looking out. All right, fellas, thanks for being on the show. I got an outro to do. Everybody in the comments, please like, subscribe, follow each and every one. I hope you enjoy this outro that I'm about to put in the mix. And thank you guys for being a part of this. Let me put this outro on screen, and you'll see the evolution of what my other show, Why Always Me, has been over the years. And thank you.